Hi, my name is Manda McKay. I'm a professional artist, and I'm going to be giving you creativity tips to help you, whether you're an artist, an aspiring artist, or you just want to work on some kind of a creative hobby. I have some tips. I'm going to keep them pretty short, under 10 minutes for the most part, to help you with that. And this is my first video. The tip today is about small barriers that might be getting in the way of your art. And we all probably have at least one major barrier to working on some kind of a creative hobby. For example, time, money, and health. Those are major barriers, and a lot of us have at least one of those that we struggle with. Now, there's a ton of content about those already out there, so I'm not going to get into them. If you can figure out a way to manage all of those, please let me know, because I haven't had a lot of luck. But anyway, I'll be talking about small barriers that are much easier to eliminate once you can identify them. And this is especially going to help you if you have a low energy day and you want to work on your art or your creative hobby. If you have these small barriers in the way, they might just be a deterrent for you if you're just feeling sick one day, or you didn't sleep at night and you waste an opportunity to work on your art. So I'll give you a few examples. I'm an oil painter predominantly, and when I was first getting serious about oil painting, the cleanup process was something that I dreaded, and one thing that I hated was cleaning off the palette. The palette is the item that holds the paints, and then you dip your brush into it. You've probably seen drawings or photos of artists, usually with a wooden palette that they hold on their arm. Well, I was using a plastic palette, which is more common nowadays, and I could never get it completely clean. I would spend a lot of time scrubbing, and then there would always be remnants, and then the next time that I wanted to paint, I was starting out with remnants, and it just psychologically made me feel like I wasn't starting with a clean slate. So I did a little research and came up with paper palettes, and that's what I use now. And it's basically just a pad of wax paper, and when you're done, you just tear off the top sheet, and you're done and you're ready to go, and then you're not starting out with a mess, and it takes like literally 2 seconds to clean up. So that was one thing. Another small barrier was I really wanted to get a paint studio. Most of the friends that I have that are artists have a studio that they go to. And we have a lot of studio space in this town, and it's pretty affordable. So this was something reasonable that I could do so that I could really focus and be serious about my painting. But the problem was that all the studios in town seemed to be 20 or 30 minutes away from my house. And that might not seem like much, but that was just a big deterrent to me. Just the thought of getting up in the morning and then I have to drive 20 or 30 minutes before I can even start. And that's wasting time that I could have been painting. So in the end, I just basically just gave up and started painting out of my kitchen. And I do have interruptions and distractions, but not, not 20 or 30 minutes worth, and certainly not enough to add up to a round trip. So it was worth it to just forget about that and just work from home. Even though it wasn't ideal, it still turned out to be the better solution. And then a third small obstacle was the lack of light in my house. And artists usually like to use natural light, but I have a west-facing window. So the problem with that is that the lighting would change throughout a paint session. And I'm sure you can already tell what a simple solution was. Just buy some lights. Just have some lights, extra lights in the kitchen where I'm painting, and simple problem solved. And so again, these are things that seem very small, and maybe even obvious, but if you're, again, having a low energy day or you just don't have a lot of time, these are things to eliminate, and then you have that much more time and energy to focus on your art or your creative hobby. Now, how do you identify these? If nothing comes to mind from seeing this video, then I would recommend that you, as soon as this video is over, go and work on your art for just 5 minutes and see what comes up. Because a lot of times there's something standing in the way, whether it's the setup, maybe you have something that you need something, you don't have it, that would make it easier, what is it that's keeping you from just doing a short session? You definitely want to be able to do short sessions of your art so that you can maximize your time spent working on it. So if you want to be able to do, 10 minutes here and there if necessary. So just go and try to do your art for 5 minutes and see what comes up. And maybe you'll identify something, some kind of a barrier that's standing in the way of you getting more done and having more time for your creativity. So thank you for watching. My name is Manda McKay, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll be bringing you more of these videos about tips for creativity coming soon. Thanks again.